Today we're going to be looking at the Joy Toy Dark Source Boris action figure. As you can see, there's a lot to it, so let's get into it. Okay, so let's take a look at Boris in his paint and sculpt. As you can see, he has a green tank top with a brownish wash to it, cybernetic arm, two-tone brown haircut, looks like tannish green khakis and black combat boots. They did a great job on the face sculpt, even though they didn't paint the whites of his eyes, which I find rather confusing. The details on his arm are amazing. All the little divots and wires and gears. They did a great job on the sculpt. Now regarding this arm, I have to say, I was a little disappointed. Right out of package, the arm, I don't know if it's a factory defect, but the paint was flaking off. And I'll post a picture. So what I did is I removed the arm because it was easier to deal with. Took a soft toothbrush, wiped off a lot of the flaking paint. The more I touched it, the more the paint ended up coming off into my hands. And this was the end result. After looking at the picture, you can see I was rather successful in finally getting the arm painted up. I will tell you I did have some difficulties. The first attempt was with the Tamiya product, the titanium silver acrylic based paint. Let that dry for 24 hours, give it a black wash, let that dry for 24 hours, and then use a spray lacquer. Well, unfortunately, after about half an hour of handling it and shooting the first video, it started rubbing off. And then I was scratching my head, looked over on my workbench, and said, what the heck? You're not going to believe what worked, but yes, the silver Sharpie. Indispensable tool for all customizers. I took the Sharpie, lightly hit all the high surfaces, let that dry for 24 hours, black wash, and then sprayed it, let it sit overnight, and lo and behold, I don't think it looks that bad. Not sure if it was a defect on my particular figure or this figure in the entire run. But anyways, just full disclosure, thought I would share that with you folks. All right, let's get him all geared up and see what he looks like. Here he has everything laid out for us to take a look at. A rifle, a pistol, looks like leg straps and some armor, a few magnets, a belt, some pouches. Those black horseshoe shaped things have to be glued to certain pouches that go on his belt. Over on the chair you'll see a chest armor and his helmet. Let's get into the armor next. He has armor for both his right and left shins, as well as his non-cybernetic arm. Again, the detail on this armor is phenomenal. Not only that, he has armor for both his right and left thighs, which if you pop the legs off, use a little bit of heat, slide them from the top down, they go on no problem at all. He comes with plate armor for both his right and left kneecaps, which actually glue onto two posts on the knees. Just be careful when gluing you don't get any glue into the moving parts, otherwise you'll seize the leg up solid. He comes with these tiny magnets. One goes on the center of the back of the armor, as well as one that goes on the center of the rifle. This is actually a really great idea to hold the rifle onto his back. Okay, so let's take a look at his articulation before we put on his chest armor and helmet. As you could tell in some of my photos earlier, he has really good range of motion with his head. It's on a barbell. His neck is also on a barbell. So you have double barbell joints right here, as you can see. Also, his shoulders are on a hinge right there. Full range of motion as well. Elbows, 360. really good 90 degrees. Wrist bends in and out, and that also 360. And on this wrist we have the up and down motion, which is great for holding the rifles. His chest is split twice, has a really good ab crunch. Looking down and also looking back up. Kind of reminds me of the Boss Fight Studio figures. Okay, his thighs. They have a pivot right there, which is now hidden by the strap. Double knee joint. Ankle is on a pin that goes up and down. So toe up, toe down. And then these figures are also known for this foot pin right here, or the toe pin. And that goes up and down. Really, really good range of motion with these guys. Can't wait to get these into more poses and action shots. And now onto the belt and gear. Now that we've glued all the loops on to the back of these items, you have the option of sticking any of these items to the right or left side of the belt buckle. Now that you have all the items slid onto the belt the way you want, I couldn't figure out how to attach the belt to the action figure. There's no male or female connecting points. I had to do a little bit of research to figure this out. Then I realized that the last green pouch had a post on it. You need to slide the post into both knockouts on the belt, glued in place. I find that if you take the figure apart, slide the belt down from the top, it fits on perfectly. Okay, so now we put his chest armor on, pop his head off, slide it from the top down. I was able to connect the right side, but not the left side for some reason. It's almost like his waist is too wide or too large. I even tried heating it up and stretching it a little bit. Still couldn't get it to attach. It comes with a couple of really decent looking weapons. The rifle looks like a futuristic SOCOM assault rifle with a mag. I really like the two-tone brown and black shading. And he also comes with what looks like a Delta automatic pistol. Really great detail on both of these. He's able to hold these weapons perfectly. Look at that. Sights right down the pistol. No problem at all. For the rifle, again, look at the great detail on this thing. He's able to hold that efficiently, very tactical looking. No problem sighting it. They're really setting the bar high with these figures as far as holding their accessories. The last and final piece is his helmet. Again, this just slips over his head perfectly. I really love the synergy and color that they use to make him look like a futuristic soldier. For a size comparison, he's standing next to a Marauders Task Force figure, as well as a G.I. Joe Retaliation Ultimate Duke figure. He does stand a little bit shorter than the other two guys. It's not a big deal, because not everyone is the same height. Again, my take on this guy is they've come a long way with these action figures. A few minor gripes in the beginning, with the vest not fitting and especially having to repair his arm. But I can tell you that I do have another cyborg soldier from the threesome here. His name is Peter. He also has the cybernetic arm, and his paint, perfect and spot on. This has been my review of the cyborg soldier Boris from the Joy Toy action figure line. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, join the community. Hit that subscribe button. And remember, share that knowledge.